Okay, Mr. Hirancooray, welcome to our program.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on this program.
What kind of tea is your favorite?
Well, I come from Sri Lanka, so Sri Lankan black tea is my favorite tea. But in China, I love the oolong tea, I love green tea, as well as jasmine tea.
Oh, well, today I'm going to make oolong tea for you.
Oh, fantastic. That's lovely.
What role do you think Pata plays in promoting the development of tourism industry in Pacific Asia?
China and India are playing a leading role in global tourism, not only local tourism, globally China and India are tourism superpowers now, right? So therefore, Pata is linking once again, the outbound market, not only the inbound market into Asia and the Pacific, also looking at how we can promote those who are in Asia and Pacific to travel to Europe, to Americas and so on.
And how many visitors from Asia to Europe and America during the past 60 years?
If you take 2010 for example, over 900 million people traveled, and still bulk of that is to Europe. You look at France, you look at Spain, you look at Italy, England, they get about 200 million people. Asia, if you look at, might be about 100 million arrivals into Asia. So if you look at the global position of 900 million people traveling, we are getting probably 10 to 15% of the global markets into Asia.
Oh, you mean that among all the visitors, about 15% of them come to Asia?
Correct.
Yeah. And I mean that how many Asian visitors go to Europe and America?
I would say in the region of 25 to 30 million at the moment going to Europe from Asia. That includes China and India and all the other countries going to Europe.
And how much do you think the financial crisis influenced the tourism industry in Asia?
Luckily, the financial crisis did not influence Asia that much. The only thing that happened was because Europe was very badly hit, America was very badly hit, the arrivals from those countries to Asia dropped, right? But in Asia, the economies remained fairly stable. China, for example, India, for example, the economies were not shaken, we were strong. So therefore, people from India, China, Korea continued to travel. And that kept Asian countries more stable than some of the European or American destinations.
And how about the earthquake and the nuclear radiation in Japan?
The news spread as if entire Japan is having problems, which is not so, right? It's only a certain part of Japan that is affected with the tsunami. So therefore, I think what Pata undertook to do now is to give the correct message out. The rest of Japan is safe to travel.
What measures have been taken to reduce the impact?
I think the main measure is to give out the correct communication. Tell the truth. Because when you see CNN, when you see BBC, and you see, my God, the whole country is gone, which is not so, right? So that is where associations like Pata will come in to give out the correct message to the world. Japan is safe to travel to. Please go there and enjoy your holiday. And by doing that, you're helping that economy come up again. You're helping the Japanese to rebuild the lost areas once again. I come from a country, Sri Lanka, which was also affected by the tsunami in 2004. And all we said was, look, I don't want just your money. Come and see. Come and visit our country. And by holidaying there, you will be contributing to the development of the country, to rebuild, assisting. So like that, many people came to help us as well. So likewise, there will be lots who will help Japan rebuild very soon.
And where do you want to lead Pata to during your journey here as a chairman?
Well, I think we have now a very clear strategic focus. What we are looking at is to give our members many opportunities to build their business. That's the most important thing. You belong to an association, and that association must create opportunities. We must be relevant. So as I think that there's a clear focus now, And that's what we are driving. So you become a member, what is the opportunity I create for you to develop more of your business? So that's what we are there for. So during the next year, I have 12 more months as chairman. That's what we will be driving. That's what we'll be focusing on.
What are the challenges or opportunities China's tourism industry is facing now?
You see, I think you in China are very lucky. I say this with a lot of background information. There is a very big commitment from your government towards tourism. I have been involved now with PATA for 16 years. I have been attending many meetings with UN, WTO, with other governments, countries. Some of those countries, while tourism is contributing very much to their economies, still the governments don't take tourism seriously. And in China, the government here, the local as well as central government, is taking tourism very seriously. That's the feeling I get when I'm talking to all your leaders, which is very important because the government plays a very important role in tourism development. And the fact that your government is taking tourism seriously says a lot.
PATA's 60th anniversary and a conference is being held in Beijing. Why Beijing, China was chosen?
This is the New World Order, right? As I told you earlier, PATA was born in America, and that time it was the movement was from America to the Pacific and Asia. Now, what's happening? The New World Order is China and India, right? Korea. These are the countries that are really taking the world by storm. And what better place to have our 60th in Beijing than anywhere else?
And how do you think the fact that this celebration is being held in Beijing will influence China's tourism development?
Well, more awareness is being created. CNN is here and all other international media is here. And those who are here, we have 466 delegates from 66 countries who are here. So they'll all go and talk about it.
Well, how many members are from China in PATA?
It's about 40 members from China, the provinces and some individual members who are members of PATA.
And what role do they play in PATA?
Each one has their own role. We have our categories, the government category, the career category, and the industry and the hospitality. The 4 categories, they meet, they tell us what needs to be done, what role we have to play, and it's all decided by the executive board and the CEO. So yeah, it's a collective decision-making process.
Please have some tea.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. And what's your favorite tourism destination for yourself?
Wow, now you're putting me on a spot. There are many places I like, but the ones that outside of my own country, I'm born in Sri Lanka, I live in Sri Lanka. There are some places that I really love in my country. I mean, the beaches I like, and I like the Sigiriya Rock fortress in our country. But outside of the country, the 2 countries that I have traveled to that I like most one is Peru in South America, and the other is New Zealand.
As a tourist yourself, what method do you prefer, to go with a group of people or by yourself?
I personally prefer to travel by myself, or I mean by myself means my wife and my 3 sons. I like to travel with the family as much as possible rather than go in a big group, because I'm always with people, and whenever I have private time, free time, I value it very much to be with my children and my wife. So if I'm on holiday, I'd like to be with them.
What are your suggestions to those who want to enjoy the best quality of tourism and spend the least money?
You don't actually, to really experience places, you don't have to spend a lot of money. I mean, there are different modes of transport, different places to go and stay in. It depends what your budget is.